Two.
1 second. Thank you.
Now it is 5:32. We will go ahead and call this meeting to order of the City of Alpine Advisory Board. We will determine the quorum and proof of notice of meeting, and we have 6 people in the room, and that is way more than a quorum. Stuart, you don't count as part of the quorum, but you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm gonna presume that there are no public comments and there are no public hearings, so we will dispense of those two things on the agenda. We next will approve the minutes of our last meeting from October 28th. And those are available, the last 2 pages of this little handout. It will only take a second. Whenever somebody's ready, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes of February.
October 28th.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion of the minutes before we vote? And all in favor of the approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very much. So like so often, on these meetings, we just have a few topics to chat about, but we don't expect to take any action. In fact, we're not allowed to because there's nothing under action items. So we will start with music industry database, mailing list directory. Teo is laminated. Some QR codes.
If there's any space that you wanna, you wanna put one in the university or.
We have had a few people fill those out. And so then that entry then comes by email to me and stored in the website. So the next question is really, what do we want to do next? In terms of shaping what we want to, how we want to communicate with these folks, what we want to communicate to these folks.
I think it could be a good idea to reach out to anyone who has signed up to have a meet and greet or like because I'm sure they also wonder what we want to do with this or what is it about. We put one on the post inside the Ritchie, and I've seen a number of people take pictures or like scan it and everything. But again, they just read what it has, but there's what else is there? What comes with this?
Right. It's a valid
So
question.
it'd be good for us to kind of figure out what we are going to do with this.
Julie, I have a question. I mean, like, is there like a website that this goes to, or is it just going to a form?
Right, this goes to a form on the Visit Alpine website that really just collects their information.
Okay.
And it,
Does it fill this out?
Like a
It goes to
Yeah.
computers?
And so I'm sure they're like, well, what are y'all gonna do with this information, with this database?
It would be.
How many did you say are on the list right now?
I'm looking up now, not very many have entered, the form, and since Mateo started handing things out, but I'm gonna find that right now and see. We've got, looks like we've had 4. I have an email list, a MailChimp email list, and let me see how many are on that.
I was gonna ask, the ones that have previously signed up, do they need to be added to this, or are you gonna blend it?
I would think we would include in whatever we're gonna do, everybody that we know about and let them tell us to leave them alone. It would be my inclination.
Ask them if they want to be added.
Yeah. As soon as I'll log in right now to the Alpine Music MailChimp and I'll tell you what that audience is. And this was mainly from 2021, 2, somewhere in there. Yeah, I was working on getting as many contacts as I could.
But what I'm saying is it would be nice if you have. They fill this form out and they took them to a page, and most people would have, this is what it's all about. blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah, we need to
would
come up
be real
with
helpful. Exactly, that's
what it's all about.
Yeah.
that's
And-
exactly right.
And then
Once it's
also,
submitted, like a plan for them.
right, they could have an idea, or we can have a short paragraph, an explanation of what maybe we're working towards, we're trying to do. And then it would be, I think, really fun to send out an email being like, hey, come out to the Granada, or, you know, come to the upstairs at the Ritchie, or something like that for a meet and greet, and for musicians to talk and meet each other, et cetera.
I have 75 contacts in the MailChimp.
Oh, wow.
And then total entries on this form since we posted is 26. Cindy was the last one since the new batch. Neil's in here twice, so. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, these are big questions of because a lot of the shape of what we want to do is really kind of gonna be on you guys. It's like, what do you want to happen?
Mhm.
And what are you interested in making? Because there's like, there is arts hot money that does is the city holds back a little bit. So there's the possibility to use some of that for projects that this thing would want to do. They have to be tourism focused one way or the other. I mean, I have to think that through and have a good argument for why, if we spend this money, why it's gonna lead to somebody coming to spend their nights sometime. But beyond that, it's pretty flexible. Those are the kinds of things we could do.
Maybe another angle could be getting in restaurant or like bar venue owners. I just talked to the owner of the Rendezvous in Fort Davis, and he doesn't know. He came in Richie to be like, how do you know these musicians? I want people to come play our spot, but I don't know how to find these local musicians. And so I usually, when I email bands and stuff, I try to get other shows here and there. And I was like, oh, well, I'll start, adding you to my list of places that I tell people to come out and play and reach out to. But if he were to come and like meet and greet other musicians, he could hand out his card, et cetera, and start to create that musical nightlife in Fort Davis.
And I think as a starting point for the benefit for sharing your contact info could be just that you do get invited to something like that, where the main agenda and the main benefit is we meet each other and we compare notes.
Yeah, talk about our shows coming up.
Yeah,
Talk about equipment, guitars, and like, talk up your shop, etc. Talk about the festival. There's, I feel like, a number of talking points. There's, if you get a bunch of musicians together, it's, just keep going and going. They're like, guys, we gotta close. Like, but that like times could be, I guess.
well, and the easiest venue to have the first one is probably the Ritchie.
Yeah.
Because you have the enthusiasm and energy for that anyway, so it seems likely that you'd be willing to host it. And so one other question then is, what kind of time frame makes sense from now to a first one? Because what we would need, main thing we need to do is just compile the names we got and see, are there any obvious ones that we don't yet have? Because that 75 people was people I knew about that were active in the Tri-County doing something musical 4 years ago. And there's plenty of people that I didn't know then who were active then, and there's plenty others who have shown up and doing stuff since then. So then one question is, are you guys up for, like, if I send out just a list of the names, skimming down and saying, hey, this person's not on there? And if there's somebody you think should be on there, you can ping them and round up their email.
Yeah.
Can you do it as a shared document that we can all just add to and see in real time who's being added?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I can do that with the emails, and we'll just keep it internal to the board. And that way everybody's privacy is protected.
And getting the university involved big time with the kids that do wanna come and have their recital, that want to do something off campus. I feel like the upstairs at the Ritchie is a great space for it. It doesn't feel, of course, it's a bar downstairs, but upstairs just feels like a really nice listening room. And to offer that to piano players, classical guitar players, right, like a group of singers.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool, just so the students know that that option is there. Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'd love to do more things with the college and stuff. And it's
We
a
appreciate
big
that.
big part of Alpine. And yeah, be really cool, just because there are so talented people, so many talented kids, and you know, I love going to shows at the Big Bend Museum. It's a beautiful space, but just to mix it up with getting the kids, you know, out and about, and you know, not necessarily getting them in the bar scene or anything, but to offer this type of room that is there.
Sounds good. We appreciate that.
So I can, hopefully in the next week or so, compile the names that I've got into a Google spreadsheet, and I can send you guys all the link to that. And then a couple more weeks for you guys to look at missing names and suggest some people, or just you can just add them in, because everybody will be able to edit that.
Yeah.
That sheet.
I was add on the bandmates that I have
Exactly.
without asking them.
Exactly.
Just put you on.
Because all it is an invite list.
Yeah,
You know? And so then, let's say we're in the middle of March and we have a list that we're happy with. Roughly, when do you wanna aim for a first meet and greet?
Maybe towards the end of spring. So kids are maybe, you know, students are still in school or at least in town. People haven't left for summer, et cetera. You know, summertime, a lot of people travel, or like, you know, get
When
time
does
to
the
leave.
semester end?
Last day of April.
Wow.
Well, the classes end there, and then May, beginning of May is when we testing, and then graduation is the second Friday of May.
Maybe early May. Maybe
Good,
a
May,
couple weeks.
or even like end of May if they're sticking around.
I mean, not in May, April.
End of April, probably.
Yeah.
So that last week of April, the Monday is the 27th. Last day of April is Thursday, the 30th. We have a meeting actually on the 28th. And we could have that meeting as part of it, or before or after it.
Yeah.
It's
The
possible,
board meeting, meeting for you.
you know, and then they could be invited if they want
Yeah.
to attend the meeting. And then I will say one of the first couple of meetings we had at the upstairs at Old Gringo, and we had a big turnout, a really big turnout. I was even suggesting, hey, and then we'll, you know, all jam down on the stage when we're done, and like just a couple of us did, but
But still to offer that, I think
Yeah.
that'd be really fun.
yeah, and so you want to shoot for that, the 28th, the day of our next meeting?
And would it be here in this building, and then we leave to go somewhere else?
I think we would actually meet upstairs at the Ritchie.
Be offsite, but that would be optimal.
Yeah, and I think that having them here makes people a little less likely to show up.
The only option
Agreed.
is you wouldn't be able to have people.
That's very true, and I would need to check and see how firm is that city policy, and if it is, like, I use this computer to kinda have a Zoom thing at the Gringo, and it did not work well, but kind of, unless you have, you know, all the mics and everything set up, it's tricky to have those
So we
kind of
may need to
combined
check
things.
on that first.
Yeah.
because-
Okay, but we'll have a tentative, we'll have that as our goal pending technical policy questions.
This is April the 28th.
Yes.
We would need to, you know, get a little flyer made. To,
Yeah.
just to start putting the word out and whatnot.
And so, yeah, if that all works, we could have it at like 6:30, because these meetings usually don't take that long. We can be sure it doesn't, go to that evening. Cool, another thing that we can talk with folks who come is that, the Texas Music Office did finally post their new statewide music industry directory. And that's something that we can submit. And it's for any kind of music oriented business, a player, a band, support business of any kind, venue. And when we first became a music friendly community, part of the agreement was that we would help the state keep and be as comprehensive as possible for our city. And at that time, that's when I compiled those 75 names. I was building up a spreadsheet to send back to them, but then when they started working on the new directory, they haven't asked for anything since then, but we could, I'll make that offer, you know, at that meet and greet, we could tell people about the state music directory and ask if they. We can either recommend that they enter themselves, or we could offer to, you know, submit their info. We can also. My goal from the very start was to have a directory on Visit Alpine. The time frame for actually adding things to that website of substance is super long, it turns out, like years and years and years to actually fail to get that piece done. But we could also, determine people's, the amount of energy and interest from the folks as to, would that be of value, like, would it be of value to, well, I think like on a meetings page or something, in an events page where we could list. Like I know Heather wants to make a page for, like, destination weddings, here's venues, here's caterers, here's musicians, you know, so that somebody's coming out, that would be a searchable thing, yeah, where people could potentially get, you know, hired.
Yeah.
To do something, so there's value there, how quickly that could happen.
Do you want the best cover band in town, or do you want some beautiful classical background music, or like, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, all those things are possible. So that's a great plan. And is there anything else anybody wants to say about or ask or anything about this database, mailing list, directory, etc.?
I think coming up with a flyer, sooner than later, and then kind of again, what we want to do with this, so we can explain to the people what the plan is, etc.
Well, right, and part of it is asking them what the plan ought to be when they show up.
Right.
But yeah, like what services or what could we do to help
Yeah.
them?
I think that's good.
promote
To
themselves?
open it up and like, well, what do you want? What do you want? And then also use the pass around a clipboard or sign people up that way.
Mhm.
Like I said,
Just as
it's-
well.
Yeah.
What do you want to call this meet and greet? Do you want to call this, we could call it, what did we call it? Music industry directory?
I mean, Alpine's
Music mixer.
Alpine Music Industry Night. or-
But it shouldn't just be Alpine. though,
Big
right?
Bend
Yeah,
region,
Tri-County
got
or-
Big Bend region on here,
Yeah, Big Bend region.
something to that
Your
effect.
sister?
Alpine or Big Ben Music Mixer.
There you go.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thanks so much. Okay, so next up is Make Music Day, which we did last year. Every year it's on June 21st, which last year was a Saturday, which is a great day for an event. We did join, as a member of the Make Music Alliance, which is a nonprofit that exists to promote this holiday. Which the purpose is to encourage everybody of any level of experience or even interest to make some music. We did it, it was fun. It was a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do it again, is where we're coming in. And we got for our membership, which I haven't re-upped the membership because I wanted to talk to you guys about just your feelings about the concept. But what we got out of the membership was, one, it's like they have a chapter hours kind of Zoom call once a month where you can get, and I actually didn't go to any of them, but where you can kind of compare notes, get ideas from people about different kinds of activities and events that people do and Make Music Day. They also have a website that is kind of a map and Make Music Day events around the country. And so I did it mainly for that, to get in their press release, because they'll send that around the state, and it's just the Texas Make Music Day that they do a thing. And we were in their press release. I think we got some folks from Midland, probably, Odessa came in for it, not too many. And so I personally was like, yeah, no, but I'm wondering, I mean,
I remember I was out of the country last year, so I didn't get to attend,
Latvia,
no,
did they have a Make Music Day?
no, but they had, that was how, was like their biggest holiday,
Mitten Day?
midsummer,
Oh, okay.
went to like wild midsummer festivals, and like, yeah, it was a good time.
So is it supposed to land, is it supposed to be held on June 21st annually?
The official holiday, because it is a holiday, it's not like a national federal holiday, but the official holiday is June 21st, so it's like whatever day of the week that is, it's June 21st. My inclination is, well, let's make it a Saturday that's nearest and not worry about. But
June 20th would be the Saturday, right?
exactly.
First is Father's Day.
Yeah, 20,
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
21st is Father's
There's
Day.
a day. Exactly. Easy for you.
Well, do you, I mean, how was the, like, I know the, they have the farmer's market and then a dog and at the, over the.
Yeah, Amigo, yeah.
Amigo. I mean, in your opinion, how was the
The turnout?
interaction, the turnout stuff? I mean,
Well, there was a good crowd in Amigo. Part of our thinking there was, we want something inside with air conditioning in the middle of the afternoon.
right,
Though, we did interfere with their food service, actually, because people were there listening, they might have gotten a beer, but fewer people were buying meals than usually would. And so Chris was like, it's nice to have it full, but, and the other events were, they were okay.
yeah.
It's some sort of, maybe it could build, but I don't know. Now the mission is to encourage people to play, and some people haven't played, so it fulfilled the mission.
Yeah.
But really, the question is,
Well, what I'm getting at
Yeah,
is
please.
the work versus.
exactly, and I guess you can probably tell, I'm on the fence.
Is there a cost to not do
I don't see one
Okay.
particularly,
it? That helps them with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, because we didn't make promises to anybody like with tears in their eyes, will you please do this again? So he won't even hurt feelings, much less,
Okay.
Was.
And those that didn't know, just probably maybe realize them.
Yeah. It was the first year doing that?
yeah.
So I do believe that in small town, you gotta stick with something for a
Be
bit
consistent.
Yeah.
build it. If it wasn't good the first year, that's okay. We try again the next year. And then if the third year comes around, we're like, this is not worth it at all.
Yeah.
No one played it all.
That's,
But I do believe in like small town, you have to keep going, be consistent to build something.
Yeah, if that's something. you want.
exactly. So the big question kind of for me is, what do you guys see as our vision for music in Alpine? And is that line up? You know, it may be that we want to support the music events that are happening. We want to add a democratic, like you're inviting people to play music once a month.
This is what I do once in a while.
Exactly. And that to me is doing exactly what Mateo said. You know, you're hitting it every single time. You're open, you're making this super welcoming environment, and that fulfills that in a very real way. So that, I don't know.
And again, it's my fault that I was out of town, so this would be the first one for me, but I'm like, oh man, let's do it again.
I'm not against that. Yeah.
If I would, of course, if I would have been here, I would have been talking it up, trying to get people out as much as possible.
And it doesn't have to be, we can celebrate, we can celebrate Make Music Day or not, but we could celebrate it on any day that we want.
Yeah.
We could celebrate it on that day with as much or as little as we want. You know, we could, I think,
Is there another city nearby that's doing this?
within the regional, music-friendly communities, I think maybe Sweetwater's thinking about it. I think they joined the Alliance deal to try it out this year. Odessa, they're the ones who brought it up the first time, but I don't know if they actually did.
And so all it is just, it's a festival where people come and listen to music or come to play music.
Well, the mission of the holiday is to encourage people to make music.
To make,
So the idea is that you can have concerts where people perform. So that's what we did in the afternoon. We had kind of a show, local music showcase, and had like 3 bands, I think, each play a short set through the afternoon. But in the morning, like you were doing
At
it.
the farmers.
Yeah,
Did
did.
you do like a harmonica thing?
Yeah, we did actually have, I have some harmonica with workbooks and stuff, and Donnie did a little room, you know, we showed the kids, then we gave them 200 and stuff, and we have pretty good for that.
Yeah, and then at CalDog, they do an open mic anyway on Saturdays, and they did like a percussion play along workshop thing, and had a bunch of different kinds of things you could make noise with and invite people to do that.
It all sounds so fun to me.
We could do it, we could do it again. The main thing is, yeah, we just need to decide, do we want to? Do we need to, or do we see benefit?
Yeah.
Should we, it's like $350 or something. We can rejoin the Make Music Alliance. I don't know that we need to. If our mission is to just do something cool, grassroots,
Yeah,
invite
you
people to
don't-
play, doesn't have to.
Be part of it, if we just wanna do it ourselves.
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun to have a Make Music Day in general, not necessarily being part of this, but.
There was also like Music on the Porch Day, that Heather found out about.
Yeah,
that
there
we
is a
did
music on the porch.
we did it at
Having a-
at the visitor center.
I was a little confused when we was like, when you said you make music day,
Yeah.
I knew there was a porch day, you know, similar. I kind of struggled with that a little bit.
Yeah, and we did that one year,
Didn't
like the year
realize it was
before.
different.
Yeah, they are different. And we hired, and that was just people to play music for people. We invited people to like a kind of open acoustic open mic on the porch itself and in the pavilion. we had like 2 or 3, but Tom Griffith and Texas Sage and Roman Deborah, I think.
So it costs money to join this organization?
The membership has a fee, what we get for that, we would get access, like they have in the past worked out relationships with like instrument sharing, like you can sign up if first come, first serve to get like some percussion instruments and things like that.
They ship the instruments to us?
Yeah. There's just a couple of kinds of simple noisemaker things. There was a owner, the contact, but he got sick and retired. And so I don't know what's up with that, but you could also get, a bunch of harmonicas to do a thing there.
So when y'all did it last year, from what time to what time was it from?
We did it from 9 AM until probably 9 PM, because we then did we did a music circle
Yeah.
at the Ritchie. But as I recall, it kind of wound up being more of a performance than a.
I remember, I think
Yeah.
Ross was scheduled to play that.
That's right, and he
Friday,
shared it
right?
with us, he hosted,
Yeah.
and then that way he got a check, I got him a little city
wow.
money to host it, and that way he didn't lose out on any kind of.
Do we have like an agenda from last year, what it looked like?
I could send that, well, I mean, I could tell you, but we could also send it,
Right.
it was a farmer's market. Then the percussion workshop at open mic at Cow Dog, then there was music at Amigo, several bands, and then there was a music circle in the courtyard at the Ritchie. That was the 4 things that,
Well, I mean, we can try it again.
we might have some pedagogical experience on this board that could help us.
Well, I mean, me. But yeah, I mean. Well, let's redo it again and put it on the 20th instead of on the Sunday, the 21st.
Pre-May music day.
And I guess from 9 to 9.
Yeah, if we're moving the day, we won't even tell them to make music alliance, because I don't know what kind of heresy that turned out to be like. Okay,
And this is free, let's
everything is for
free,
free.
make sure we say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do, you can put me down for like a session of like a sing along. You know,
Now, that would be a big boon.
and we can do like a sing along of patriotic music, I guess, I don't know, or hymns, I don't know, make it too religious, but.
That'd be great.
Patriotic.
250-year
That's right.
anniversary. of-
250 patriotic songs.
Patriotic song. Yeah, you can put me down for like a session,
Cool.
and then I'll figure out an accompanist. And then I guess the venue. And then. Whatever is available, if you need to bring a keyboard, we can bring a keyboard. But, anybody wants to come and sing some patriotic music. we can Do that.
Cool. Well, we'll have that.
I think it'd be fun to have a drum circle somewhere at some point.
Yeah, drum circle.
I think. I realize there's some drums. What was it?
I mean,
June 20th, okay.
I think the university, we can lend out the drums that we have and create a drum circle. And so we can have a second session. I'll see if I can find somebody to lead it. And I guess I could, but better for somebody who's a drummer.
There's some
Somebody's really.
student over there that's just like. Oh,
Right. My
hey,
music club kids like to do jam sessions and they say it's really popular at the university, like they'll call it out and then people just show up and
Absolutely.
just jam. I'm like, we don't play. They're like anything, whatever.
Yeah, and that's the kind of energy I think we need
Now, most of the students will be gone for the
They'll be
summer.
gone for the
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
But we'll have the musical theater troops, because the musical theater will be in middle of rehearsal. And we figure out how to do a musical theater
Incorporate.
session. People wanna come and just sing Broadway show tunes,
Making more effort on that.
That'd be fun.
you know? And. That'll be, you know, so
Yeah.
I can figure that out too.
Yeah,
But as long as, cause our next meeting's not until April,
yeah,
and that, you know, so as long as we can get something solidified.
But something like this could be the nucleus of the effort, right? And if the afternoon jam is happening at Cow Dog, that can be an annexed
exactly.
outfit, and if there's something at the farmer market, but just to have a nucleus, so you're not having to spread yourself thin
Yeah.
and get these four things
Yeah,
together.
I was gonna say whatever weight you need lifted off here could help us.
I
there,
think-
too.
This has a lot of gravitas.
I agree.
So, yeah. Sure, that'd be fine.
Wonderful. Okay, well, that is what we will do. Anything else on that music day? Well, I guess that's a start email thread, but we can't email each other because we're a city buyers. For
Email each other?
we
Even if it's all of us.
can't reply all because that is having a meeting. But we. Mayor, do you have any thoughts on how we can plan to do things together?
We do group text.
You can- You can go through Geo. If you email Geo and then he emails the board members, as long as you're not communicating to each other directly on an email, you can go through Geo.
Right, so when and in fact, if more than three, it has to be a quorum, right? So. If 3 or fewer of us are somewhere, we can talk about stuff, but if there's 4 of us,
We can't,
we can't, it's against the law.
can, like, one person go to the restroom, another person come in to make three, and then like, you need to go to the restroom, you leave.
No, even that, you have to be careful because that's considered a walking quorum. So let's say
Oh,
Chris talks to one person, and then that person talks to another person, and that person talks on the board, that's considered a walking quorum.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well,
Business.
I guess,
But yeah, so we'll email through Geo. And then if we decide we want to have a conversation, then we basically can post a workshop. You know, and we just tell Geo, this is where it's gonna be, and he'll post it to the city website. And then we can do it, and it's totally legal. The main thing is, because we're a governmental body, the public has to know what we're doing. And so we can make intermediate plans, you know, through Geo. And then if we decide, you know, we need to powwow and work out X. We just need I'll find out how many days ahead of time the legal posting needs to be.
To get that okay.
Yeah.
To meet up.
Yeah, to say we're gonna talk about this at this day, at this time, and it gets posted enough days ahead of time that it's legal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Anything else on Make Music Day?
so the next time we meet in April, definitely we'll have the layout of what that day's gonna look like.
Hopefully we would, yes.
Okay.
And
Just fill in slots.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the farmer's market's an obvious anchor. They have music anyway,
That's a good
so
start,
9 to
yeah.
noon.
A good morning time to also use to tell people about what's going on that day, any tourists coming through, et cetera, that are hanging out for the day.
Yeah,
And then, of course, all the locals will go there every Saturday. Yeah, I think that's a great starting spot for sure.
and it starts at 9, so that's our 9 o'clock start. Okay, then I had future projects to see if anybody had anything else they wanted. We felt like we ought to be doing or helping or anything. Now we've got 2 pretty good sized projects to work on, but.
No.
I'm not shutting the door on anything.
Yeah, I think the sooner we do the flyer, we can, for the April event, we can take it for Davis, we take Martha to Lingua, just to get both the bar owners, venue owners, and musicians to all be on the same page and come meet, come hang out, come chat, come.
And who's doing the flyer? Is that us, or do we have a company that does flyers for us?
I do design for the
Chris,
city
the
all the time,
artist.
yeah,
Alright,
I'm fine with you.
we're doing the flyers?
Sure.
Okay.
So the first thing is, I'll try and find out what are the rules about Zoom? You know, what are the rules about online access to our meetings? Is it required? And if it's not required, then we might just say this one is in person only, but I'll find out. If it is required, then we'll see what's the minimum technology that we need. Maybe somebody has like a smart TV or something that we can pull it up on in the room or something. We'll see. But that's the first thing. And so then once we know that, we know whether this meeting is actually at the Ritchie or not. You know, if it's possible to do it offsite. And if it is, then we move ahead and make the flyer. And even if we know, well, no, we have to meet here, well, then we'll set the time. So, adjourn.
Gotcha.
Okay. Cool. Anything else? Okay, so then. Board member comments. Andrew, do you have anything you'd like to add at all?
No, things are fine at the university. Music, we're making tons of music. We brought that guitarist from Denton. Went really, really well.
my gosh.
So very happy for the guitar, so the big band that's by Nick Kurt. He's doing a good job with that. But yeah, our concert seasons will start up at the after mid-March, and you'll start to see fire concerts, band concerts, guitar concerts. We'll start up right up about mid-March all the way to the end of April.
Cool. Yeah, make sure the visitor center gets all those dates.
Yes.
Post them on the. So. Cindy, any comments at all?
Yeah, just working on my festival. This is our big thing. So we're, excited about that. And, I'll probably be reaching out to see if maybe we can work together with like a 5-year package. For, for everybody, but very special for the
Yeah,
cheaper.
so I mean, 5 years of feelings.
Yeah,
you know,
for 5 years,
so-
you know, I want to work on getting maybe a button or something.
What are your dates?
August 2nd, 3rd this year.
Second, third.
October?
I mean, yes, October, sorry. See what grandkids do to you? But, yeah, so, pretty excited that it was made it to.
Thank you.
So we're gonna work in fact, I'll probably be getting fire to you soon for your approval, but using like the red, white, and blue theme for the 250. So.
It was like we got a San Antonio righteous and Tanisha.
Well, they're supposed to be here.
Found them.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have an agreement, they just haven't returned their contract yet. I'm like, I need a contract, but yeah, they're supposed to be here. I'm changing things up a little bit, our format has usually been, like a show on Friday and 2 shows on Saturday. But we're just gonna do 1 show on Saturday and have the groups play a little bit longer to between the crowd in the evenings. And, we're also bringing in on some groups like just to go a Sunday show, which my main groups, like the leader group is on Saturday, and they're gonna play for an hour.
I think that makes it a little more special.
Yeah.
To have them that one night or that one day.
Got his information, I was overwhelmed, but that's, whole for me, to be really special.
5 years again, it's awesome.
Stuart, you got any comments at all? Not required, but you're welcome.
Just Viva Big Bend, number 15 will be July 22nd through the 26th.
Excellent. Mateo, anything?
Where should I put these? Any other places like that? I can think of maybe drop one at
Give one to Donnie.
Cowdog,
Yeah.
little Johnny, drop each other. Good idea.
One at the
But
bridge,
yeah, I
right?
wanted to give Neil.
How come?
Yeah, Blues, I feel like it.
And then they still got the open mic sometimes, right? Or
No.
Not even that?
No,
Like,
I feel like it's just like college
You
kids.
could tear one in half and throw it in the trash and say you quit.
That's for the dead. I do wanna give like this big one to Neil to put like, Alistair, so that.
Yeah,
But again,
and if you think of more places and you want different sizes, send me know.
it's great.
Any comments?
That's a good note.
Alright, Rick's all set. Okay, well, yes, please.
With the upstairs hall opening up at the Ritchie, I will be putting together like a two-step event. And we're gonna start like once a month, we're gonna start doing like a dance hall night. And so I'm really excited about this. Once we like have a set date and everything, I'll be putting out information. They're just trying to get two-stepping and dancing in general a little more live here in Alpine. We're just gonna be playing the country hits and just to get people moving and shaking. We're gonna do maybe like it'll be like from 6 to 7 practice, like come learn how to two-step, and then from 7 to 9 practice what you learn. And so I'm very excited to have like a little dance all night. Good question. And we just got approved and everything, the space, but I can't remember what I think. But I've seen kind of 78 people up there before. Yeah, I don't know if that was legal, but it didn't seem crowded. Like it looked like a comfortable, comfortable enough. There are still tables and chairs and stuff. But again, just something to put on those radar.
When is it again?
Don't know yet.
Oh.
I really, we're gonna start practicing. We're gonna start practicing mid-March or early March, and then hopefully start same thing by the end of March or early. But it's something kind of new and now.
Excellent. Thank you all. Thank you, Chris. All right, so we'll call this meeting adjourned at 6:20 PM. We will meet again April